All right, January 31st, 2022. So median income was $32,000 in the year 2000. So over 2 decades ago, we were around $32,000. Today, it's just around $35,000. So very concerning couple $1,000 increase in over 2 decades when it comes to median income. And then this ratio is even more concerning when it comes to median home prices. This is in US, by the way. Year 2000, around $160,000. Year 2022, over $390,000. So we can round that number to 400,000 because most likely by the time I finish this video, median home in unfortunately divided states of America will be 400 grand. So when you look at income and when you look at prices of median homes, this is just another evidence. It cannot be any more clear that the working class is and has been under attack. Meanwhile, we have President Biden tweeting about how his GDP is way better than any other president's. Of course, he's going to tweet stuff like this. Trump would have been tweeting something else, but he's kicked off Twitter, so he can't do that. While he was on Twitter, he was talking about booming economy. And then Obama was talking about what he was talking about. Now you may say, okay, well, groceries were not this high under Trump. Gas was not this high under Trump. That is true. We did have shortages of toilet paper for several days or weeks under Trump. We were under the national pandemic emergency. It all started, this whole hysteria started under Trump. But let's not point that out. Let's also not point out that all the currency printing that he was doing, not as much as Biden, by the way, and whatever Obama did before Trump, and we can just continue on with Bush's, etc. It is now looking that Biden will take a fall for this insanity that is taking place, right? Because it's all kind of coming out right now in the areas where it's hurting the middle class the most. But make no mistake, which is food and energy, of course. But make no mistake, all of the bad, by design, Keynesian monetary policies, print to infinity and beyond, is leading to this. It just depends who ends up at the helm when shit hits the fan. So right now, again, we have, well, it's more like the Fed Reserve and those in charge, they have two options, and you have to understand the two so you can prepare accordingly to what is going on here. Option number one, crash the economy, save the dollar, okay? The other one is save the economy, crash the dollar. Right now, as I've been talking about it, it looks like it's clear to me that they are picking the easier route for them is to inflate, okay? Because what is a better way to get rid of debt than me and you paying for it, right? Why just go to harder way of just, you know what, we're going to stop printing, let the markets find their own range, which, by the way, would be catastrophic. And then we'll go from there. Well, who would elect any of these people? Why not try to push this can down the road as much as possible and hoping when it's your time to get reelected, people don't even realize yet what's going on with inflation. So they are inflating currency to infinity, and we are now, again, more probable looking at hyperinflation than ever. Because of this. That's why I talk about entering in the stock market back in. I was out for about 2 weeks. I'm going back in. I'm gambling with the currency I can afford to lose. And every 20-25%, sometimes I wait a little longer, I take those profits out and buy real things with. I think honestly it's a brilliant plan. I could be wrong. Maybe it's better just not touch anything and watch your investments grow, and inflation was transitory indeed. Everything will go back to normal, and it's all good. If you think that's the case, then do it. You'll be just fine, right? I don't think that is. You look at that national debt clock and you will understand what's going on here. Look into a little bit what happened to every single country when they decided to take this route, whether or not they are reserved currency or not. Because right now that would be the only argument that these experts would have, is they would say, well, the dollar is the world's reserved currency, so it will not implode. Well, that's the reason why it's lasting this long, okay? And it could last another several years before the people figure it out, what's going on. So I believe if you have hard, tangible assets in your possession, you'll do a lot better than most people. This is not trading advice. It is not investing advice. To me, it's common sense. And again, if I'm wrong, fine. I'll be stuck with some 24-karat gold or home-raised beef. It's fine with me. Have some land. What can go wrong with that? Well, if the government goes after people like that, they'll go after everybody. They'll take you. Well, you know what? If it comes down to that, well, it is what it is, okay? It don't matter what you have. If you have your Bitcoin on your ledger, personal ledger, if you have some barcodes hidden in the metaverse, you are screwed. If they're coming in with you know what at your doors, knocking them down and taking your possession, then it is over, okay? You better be able to defend it or you're done. That's just the way it is. I don't think it's going to that level. I think in some places in the world, it's for sure happening, unfortunately, like that. But it's not going to happen in the United States because of Second Amendment, okay? So yeah, those are the two options they have. Save the economy, crash the dollar, or crash the economy and save the dollar. That's it. Take care. We'll talk soon.